I'll call the meeting to order. We'll have the Pledge of Allegiance, and then the board members that are being sworn in can just remain standing, and our clerk will swear us in. I pledge
allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, if you guys want to just raise your right hand, and then afterwards we'll go. Okay. I do swear to support the Constitution of the United States, the Constitution and the state laws of the state of Idaho, that I will faithfully discharge the duties of the office of trustees of Kendrick Joint School District 283 and Latah, Nez Perce, and Clearwater counties, state of Idaho, according to the best of my ability. What say you?
Aye.
I do. Excellent. Congratulations. Thank you. Please sign it. I'll take it back.
All right.
At the end. Thank you.
Okay, next item is to adopt tonight's agenda, and I believe there are any changes.
I'll make a motion to adopt tonight's agenda.
I'll second.
We moved and seconded that we adopt tonight's agenda. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion carried. Next action item is the annual meeting business. The first item is to elect the chairman. So I'll turn it over to Steve for nominations for chair.
Okay, so we'll open it up for nominations.
I'll make a nomination, I'll nominate Don Parks for
I'll second.
board chair.
Okay, there's been a motion and a second. All those in favor of Dawn being chair?
Aye.
Aye. Okay, all those opposed? Does that take a roll call? Are we good?
No, that's fine.
Okay, vice chair, nominations for vice chair are now open.
I'll nominate Chad.
Second. Okay, there's been a motion and a second. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Those opposed? Okay, motion
Okay.
passes.
Thank you.
And
I'll go
yours.
Board clerk. That would be Amy. Is there a motion to install Amy as board clerk for this year?
I'll make a motion to install Amy Goodman as board clerk.
I'll second it. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion carried. District treasurer. Is there a motion
Yes, it's Kim now, right?
for Kim?
Yeah, I make a motion to nominate Kim Taylor as treasurer.
I'll second.
It's been moved and seconded that we nominate Kim Taylor as district treasurer. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion carried. Elect board representatives to the negotiating committee. I guess I should ask if there's any volunteers or anybody wants to change. Or
I think Chad and Mark did a nice job. That would be my recommendation.
We're going with that right there.
Okay, I'll second Shelby's motion. So representatives on the negotiating committee are going to be Chad and Mark. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed, motion carried. Okay, and designate the 2021 meeting dates, times, and location.
We got the paper. Official newspaper.
Oh,
I like we have a lot of options.
That's not on the other.
No, my.
Okay, that's not on the official agenda, but I don't know how we deal with that, but we'll deal with it.
That was on the one you emailed.
Hey, you have one email?
Yeah.
I printed it off.
Okay, under where?
Under agenda item.
What do you send on the other?
Oh, action item 5.
Action
Okay, so it wasn't listed in there.
Oh, and
It was the other, but it was, so it's, a little bit messy, but we'll go with it. Designate official newspapers, and Amy, do we have the
We still have the Lewiston Tribune.
Lewiston Tribune?
It's up to you guys if you want.
So is there a motion to designate the?
I'll make a motion to designate Lewiston
seconded that we designate the Wilson Tribune as the official newspaper. All those in favor say aye. Motion carried. And then designate 2021 meeting dates, time, and location. And that should be in our packet.
There was just two that were a week early.
The three highlighted ones are off the schedule based on something going on. So it's kind of like this year. We had a couple that we changed around for stuff.
So that schedule is printed in your board packet.
That's just if you wanted to follow the same sort of pattern, if you have a different night or whatever.
Does anybody have any objections to those dates?
Valentine's Day when my wife
Well, do you want to go to
girls'
state?
day
Or do you want?
Move on.
I know what she'd choose.
Somebody said it. Yeah, somebody said it earlier, so they could miss it.
I'll make a motion to approve the presented dates for the meeting and location.
Is there a second?
I'll second.
Moved and seconded that we approve the meeting dates as presented in the board packet. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Okay, the next item is the consent agenda, which includes the minutes of the meeting, and I think Amy gave us some minutes.
I did hand those all out to you. I'm sorry I had those out
Because they
late
were a
today.
little late getting out, and then the bills, and then the classified personnel action and emergency vacation.
So what's the preschool panel, SDS education, what's that?
The what?
Preschool panel? For like 4,000.
That was a Promethean panel that they had a grant for.
and second that we accept tonight's consent agenda. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion carried unanimously. I assume there's no patron input. So we'll go into the financial reports. Kim?
Here we have your reports. We did receive $50,000 for the Early Learning Collaborative Grant. And that's the grant that, can you explain a little better, Lori?
Well, it's just a grant that Jessica Limhagen wrote, received. It's the state of Idaho that, remember, they were trying to house that, remember how many thousands of dollars it can go through. So they're taking some of that money, they're kind of transferring it elsewhere, but they have a committee together, and anyways, they formulated this this plan that they're going to utilize other people in the community. For example, Erin at the library, she's going to kind of be the spokesperson for the committee. So they're going to do some outreach in the community for preschool. So that's the purpose of the grant. So.
And then we received our $400 for the continuous improvement monies, which is for the ISBA training that everybody had down in Boise. We got our CARES Act reimbursement of $7,800. That was the sub money and the extra that we had paid the classifieds for. We received $20,000 for our lottery and facilities match, and we also received $2,800 for our broadband monies. We also received the IDEA Part B funds, so I can start requesting those funds now, and we got $58,000 for that this year, and then an additional $10,000 because of the CARES deal. So we've got about $68,000 there to pay salaries, benefits, and supplies and that kind of thing. We have about $32,000 left to spend in Title I, $3,100 left to spend in Title II, $97,000 left in 21st funds, and $10,000 in Title IV. I just have about $500 left to request for the CARES 1, and then we can start requesting CARES 2 monies, and we've got about $70,000 left to spend in CARES 2 out of the 101 we received.
What is that going to be spent on?
Not till 2023, I believe, December 2023. I think that's all I have for you.
So the lottery money, is there a special fund that goes into, or,
It's in the general fund.
so it goes to the general fund?
Yeah.
So how do you think we'll end up with child nutrition? I mean, you've got about as much revenue as expenses so far. Do you think that will carry through to the end of the year? Or?
I'm sorry, what did you say?
Other child nutrition, do you think will be fine?
Yeah, I think so. Right now, we're back in the positive again, and we have some more coming in here in the next week or so, so hopefully we'll stay in the positive for a while. Where did it go?
Yeah, so good. Good. Sounds like we're doing good. Does anybody else have any questions for Kim? All right, thank you, Kim. Technology Director's Report. Do you have anything to add?
Unless anybody's got questions, I'm just gonna save my stuff until the action items, so.
Okay, sounds good.
If anybody has questions, I'll field them, but if not, we'll just wait till later. Thank you.
Okay, Julietta, Principal's Report.
Okay. Well, it has been a short month. We've only been in school, not quite sure how many takes so far, but we did gain a couple students. Our enrollment is at 135. We gained a few in our one in second and one in third. And they're nice children, so that's always positive. Our average daily attendance, 95%, it raised a percent, so that was good. Discipline referrals, we have 3. We just don't have much going on, but we do celebrate birthdays every month, and this month we already celebrated. Last month we celebrated, Dan made some delicious, I know, I'm gonna brag on you a little bit. Tiki.
Chicken.
Tiki masala.
Tikka.
Oh, tikka.
Masala.
Masala.
There we go.
There we
Perfect.
go, yep. And since then I have made it, and it's very delicious. But anyways, we take, once a month we'll do a birthday luncheon for everybody. That's all pretty fun. We have end of quarter 1, semester 1, it's not quarter 1, quarter 2, semester 1 this week. And our iStation information is attached, and that is front and back of December and January. See the comparison there, how we're doing. Other than that, I don't have anything else to report. If you have any questions, I'll be happy to answer them.
Anybody have questions for Lori? Okay, I guess we'll move on then to the principal superintendent.
Okay, I don't have a lot this month. We did select our students of the month at the high school, which were Keegan Anderson and Anthony Lewis. Discipline referrals this past month, we've had 7 referrals, 1 suspension, and 0 bus referrals. Our attendance is up a little bit. We've been just over 95% over the last month. We're in the middle of semester finals right now, with it being the end of the semester. We have a couple things coming up. We have senior project presentation night at the end of the month, and then we have NAEP testing that we've been getting ready for, which is February 4th. Our 8th graders were selected to participate in that test this year. It's been a few years. We'll have kids take both a math and ELA test, well, one or the other. At the district level, we just wrapped up our civil rights data collection, which is a pretty big process for both schools. We submit every year. Last year we didn't though. They skipped a year last year. So we just got that finished up. Our ISAT testing window is a ways off, but Mr. Eggers is in the process of getting kids loaded into there to get ready for that. Legislative update. The only 2 things that really come to mind is I know like kindergarten, that's kind of on our radar. There's 3 bills out there right now floating around for kindergarten, so I think that legislators want to get it narrowed down to 1 before they do anything. And there's quite a bit of disagreement over what that looks like. So insurance, there's a bill out there that is finally getting some traction to allow schools to move into the state employees pool. I don't know if that's on anybody's radar or not, but see what that looks like when it's done. I don't know yet. Those are the 2 things that come to mind. Is there anything else that I'm missing that you heard about or read about? That's all I have. Our enrollment is unchanged.
Okay.
Mr. Curtin,
Mm-hmm.
Day on the Hill,
Yeah.
interested in February, I believe it's February 21st and 22nd. If anyone's interested, registration's open, just let me know. Thank you.
Thanks.
Okay, see, the next item is trustees report. Anybody have a trustee report? I have one thing, and that is, as far as I know, from what I've read, that our district boundaries for our school district, as far as the different areas, was approved by the state board, along with 70 others. I think there was only 2 or 3 that weren't approved, so everybody has their precinct boundaries established. As far as I know, that's done. So.
Yeah, I haven't received anything yet.
Yeah, I know you haven't
Yeah.
received anything.
I did
Chris,
see
but
an
that was
article. I did see
that was
that.
kind of a news report. So.
Yeah. As soon as I get anything, I'll send it out.
Okay, next is an action item, item 9A, which is approved the 22-23 district calendar already. Do you want to speak to that a little bit, Steve?
Sure. This calendar has 172 student days and 180 teacher days. So it's the same number of days as we've had in the past, same number of full days and early release days. The placement of work days, vacation days, holidays, all of that is similar to what we've seen in the past. None of the, you know, in the past, we've always looked at attendance history and tried to, you know, time that right to where we don't have student days on really poor attendance days. And I think that we're at the point now where we kind of have those in place, and so there's not really a lot of changes needed if we're trying to avoid low attendance days because we're already doing it. One thing that this calendar is we added
Professional day.
yeah, well, I'm trying to make sure I have this correct. Go ahead, Dory, what did you say?
Oh, in April, we added a professional day for
Yeah.
teachers. And took away the 14th.
Yeah, the 14th, which is the first day. We've typically had that off. You know, we always have people that, when we survey staff, you know, that's kind of a common thing that comes up. People wish we had more school days that week because we're at the beginning of the school year. So we did add a work day later in the school year in the spring, which teachers, I think,
They,
you know,
yeah, well, looking at the calendar, thinking March, everyone has something, but April's a little bit long, so.
and we've got those
Add
work
on that.
days in August, those 4, so to have another one or anything like that right in September seems really soon.
Is that when we started school this year, that early?
Yeah.
Or-
Mhm. Yeah. Another thing to look at too is New Year's Day observed next year is that Monday in January. So we typically had a teacher work day that day, but we didn't this year just because of that holiday there. I think those are kind of the main things. You know, any questions or comments or anything?
I mean, is everybody basically happy with the calendar? I never heard much complaint about it.
Well, I should have brought the survey results. The survey results, when we surveyed district staff, was mostly fine, yeah. I mean, nobody,
And, you know, we kind of gave a range of like how you feel about the calendar, and just about everybody felt fine about it. We haven't gotten any feedback from parents on the calendar, but maybe you guys have.
My husband thinks he should go to school more, but I'm good with it. I said, come to a board meeting and say so. You got another day off.
I wonder how many school days that. No, I wonder
We
how
have
many.
he had.
Yeah, I wonder.
Enjoy it, have him come up and help you for the day.
He had about the same.
That's the only complaint I had.
Yeah. Okay. Fair
I've
enough.
had a complaint maybe the earlier start, but maybe a little bit later. That was more work.
Wasn't you, was it?
It was in my back of my mind.
So is there any more discussion on the calendar? Is there a motion?
I make a motion to approve the calendar as presented.
I'll second.
It's been moved and seconded that we approve the 22-23 district calendar as presented in our packet. All those in favor say aye. Opposed, motion carried. The next action item is to consider paying staff for substitute teaching. Go ahead and talk to that a little bit, Steve.
So this happens once in a while in schools, where generally it's a high school thing. Teachers are asked to cover classes during their prep periods when we're short on subs. This would pay them for doing it. You know, some districts have done this differently. I've seen where districts will just have a whole bunch of gift cards and they'll give a gift card for covering, which is really quick and easy. This is the same thing basically, but just giving people something. It's not a lot, but something to cover and give up their prep each day. This would be like a last resort thing if we don't get a sub. It costs about the same as a sub, but it would be used in the event that we can't find somebody to cover. We started the year out pretty good, really. And then we lost a few, so now it's a little bit tougher right now. I think we're gaining one or two though right now, so I'm hoping that it gets a little bit better in the spring. We'll see.
Yeah, I think we have to kind of just get creative for everybody's short-staffed right now, so I'll make a motion to approve paying staff for substitute teaching.
I'll second.
Okay, it's been moved and seconded. We approve paying staff for substitute teaching during their prep period. $1. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. And now approving the purchase of student computers.
So we have, with our Chromebook fleet, I've got a solid 10 that are just dead. Personally, I think that it's a build quality issue that happened with Dell when they were trying to ram those things out of China as fast as they could, because they all exhibit the same problem, and I have probably had 20 of them repaired under warranty, and then they went out of warranty, and now I've got 10 of them that they meet that threshold for it costing more money to fix them than it does to replace them. So that's where we're at with the Chromebooks. The other one is the CTE lab is running on equipment that's 10 years old and it needs to be replaced. And the shortage, and I'm sure Shelby you can attest to this, the shortage in with the chips and just supply chain issues right now. I got a cost comparison on my usual lease return refurbished stuff that I get versus something new. There was a $50 difference between the two. So it's like the used car market right now. Stuff is just insanely expensive in that secondary market. So it didn't make much sense for us to go and get something there when we could just get something new. And actually, that lab is a bit different because you need some guns in there. It's not like what the students have with Chromebooks where you're doing daily tasks. This is a lot of video editing, photo editing, so you gotta have a pretty decent daily driver to get work done in there. We had that lab scaled down to 7 machines. In talking with Mr. LeBlanc, we need realistically about double that, but the size of the room will only allow us to put 12 in there. So that's what we're gonna do, is put 12 in there. The one advantage to doing it this way as well, as opposed to, I got quotes from Dell and another of them. My plan for this is in the future we can swap components because they're more standard than if they were from Dell or HP or somebody. Those are all proprietary, so they don't allow for a lot of interchange of parts. They expect you to replace the whole thing. So we'll be able to kind of maintain this fleet as long as we possibly can. The other problem that I'm running into right now is when it's supply chain, if somebody has stuff, I have to order it like right now. I can't, there's not a lot of waiting involved on things, because otherwise if you wait too long, it's gone. One of the quotes I got was cheaper, but they couldn't guarantee me to have the devices by July of this year. I was like, we need them now. I can't wait till maybe July and probably by the end of the year.
So these they're all available?
Yes, yeah, they're ready to go. They know that the order potentially could be coming. So I believe Mr. Kirkland has the fund source knocked down for this one as well, where we're going to draw that from.
Yeah, it's in the packet. The Chromebook quote is in the packet. I didn't get the other one in the packet, but that's the one I emailed out separate and then just handed it out as well.
Yeah, I know for me, I mean, I've seen months and months of waiting, and then usually I get a notification that I'm not even going to get it.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I think if you can get what the students need.
Yeah, the Chromebooks are coming pretty fast and heavy right now. We're still looking at 30 to 45 days to see any. My plan right now is we're going to run what we can to the end of the year. Then I'm going to, well, not to the end of the year, probably until April. Then I'm going to decide how many we're going to need over the summer. The other problem that I have too is the loaner fleet that I use, which are usually all the old Chromebooks. All of those come off of support from Google in June of this year. So I lose like 40, and that's for the after school program, that's for subs, that's for, students when we're getting their stuff repaired. That's the other thing. If I can repair it, we're getting it repaired. If they die, I can't get those parts. So I've also got to come up with another plan on what we're going to do for loaners too. So it's been interesting. Pandemic, it's been interesting for strategy. So I'll keep you posted.
I make a motion that we approve the 2 quotes presented for technology.
I'll second that.
It's been moved and seconded that we purchase student computers as presented, both the Chromebooks and the desktop computers. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion carried unanimously. Is there any board member input for future agenda items? Seeing none, I guess, is there a motion to adjourn?
Make a motion to adjourn.
Second.
Then moving and seconded to adjourn. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed, motion carried. We adjourn.
Is there any